Some would play.
All right, on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, wait, wrong podcast.
I totally heard that in the voice in my head.
But the last episode, you all were brought together for various reasons, being one of the Starfallen, yes.
Fuck yeah. Starfallen as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I felled all those stars. Brought them down.
There was a minor incursion.
My one
and you all dealt with it very well. So much so that now you have, well, where we left our characters off, you had all been placed onto a railroad, quite literally a railroad, bringing you to Washington, D.C. for quote-unquote reassignment.
Hell yeah. Reassign this ass.
Mm-hmm. You've been summoned by President Johnson himself because rip Mr. Lincoln. So, yeah, that still happened. We don't have a Deborah's diary or anything. That's okay.
No.
You don't have to look at me all scared. That's totally
So
fine.
sorry.
The last episode.
I'm not going to go to sleep tonight.
All right. Well,
Why are you not going to sleep?
Because Justin might murder me in my sleep.
what? That's new.
Because I didn't have a Deborah's diary.
No.
I'd be scared too.
See? I'm not the only one.
Oh, as always, too, I have 4 different things on my screen. Don't look at them.
Okay.
If
Do you want to, hold on, we got a new screen.
No, like quite literally on my computer screen here where I made all my notes. But there are 4 different contingencies. If you hit those one of those 4 contingencies, you will get your choice of a wondrous prize, aka refined sugar.
Yay!
That's why I'm participating.
Contingencies.
That's my favorite kind of sugar.
Refined. All right. So, that being said, as you all start to approach into the DC area, you hear the different announcements going through the train, 15 minutes to the station, 15 minutes to the station, 10 minutes to the station. When it is 5 minutes to the station, you all start to your eyes are getting watery and it's burning, and you just have this terrible smell as if something has been on fire, but you can't identify an individual smell. It's just everything, it's just so many things have been on fire as your eyes are burning. Right?
So, are we training into some smoke?
So as you go to look out, I assume you want to look out.
Yeah, I'm looking around the hell's that smell?
Mm-hmm. It's looking almost like there's a thunderstorm and there's fog. However, there's no sign of a weather change.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like fog.
Anyone want to try to perceive a little bit more?
Open a window and go to stick my head out.
Yeah, good eyes. You go look.
As you know what? Go ahead and just give me a roll. Give me a D4. On a 4, you can keep it out an extra turn.
Go check it out. 2 eyes.
Is that a 1?
I rolled a 3 and a 2, so no.
Okay. So as you stick your head out, just instantly it just overtakes you and you start to choke, having to then pull back in.
And I immediately closed the window.
Yeah. And you two both notice, though, her face tends to be a little darker, as if some soot was put onto her face. Almost like
Blackface.
I would say from a chimney. Chimney when you go to clean.
Yeah, vaudeville.
Oh my gosh.
Do we have any water or anything on the train?
I mean, yeah, you can have basic things you would want.
Okay, I pull out a bandana and I put some water on it and to wipe off my face.
Easily done.
Okay.
All right. Anything different before you guys make it to the station?
Can I make a smart investigation, to try to make a guess as to what this thing is or something? Or
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, you can absolutely do that.
I guess.
But incorporate your character's backstory a little bit because for example, a chemical engineer is going to look at a problem different than a construction worker. So bring in something from your character. What would your character be looking through? What kind of lens?
Well, as a chemist, I want to see if this brings up, if this makes me think of any of the work I've done back home.
Oh shit! Take a sniff
with my chemicals, or
yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
Take a gulp of it.
What skill is this?
Smart or knowledge, you can pick.
Okay. I'll do knowledge. Okay, so that's going to be a D10.
Knowledge, smell of chemistry. Yay.
And also probably just like the appearance as well, and like just the like the the cloudiness of it, the thickness of it, all that stuff. I got a 10.
On a D10? Mm-hmm. It explodes. Roll again and add it.
Okay.
The first raise?
Whoa!
All right. Ooh, not so good. I got a 1.
No, that's a total of 11.
Right.
So
and I had to beat a
that's-
4. So
Which you did, and you got 1 raise, which means not only did you pass, but you passed better.
oh, okay.
Hey, contingency
take it.
1. You have got the first raise at the table. Would you like the M&M's, Kit Kat, Reese's, or the whatever these are? I can never say the name right. I just love them.
I would love a Kit Kat.
The Kit Kat.
All right. Well, good night.
Ferrero.
It's like, I got what I came
Yep.
for.
All right. But yeah, you're able to know, especially with this raise, that this type of coal is burning, like it produces more physical smoke than the coal that's found here in the United States. And in fact, it reminds you of some of the British coal that you had found, that you had used before.
This makes me think of back home, back in the coal town outside of London. Whatever town it is.
The coal town of London.
So this is just coal smoke?
Oh, like the Great Smog of London.
This is London smog in the U.S.?
Yeah, very peculiar, very strange, very peculiar.
Can smog go across the ocean?
I would no, it should not be able to do that. So something is amiss here.
Well, that's curious. If I look out the window, does it look like I would know what, like cannon smoke and things like that, like artillery smoke would look like having been out on the lines and banging my drum while things are going off.
Give me a knowledge or a smarts roll.
We'll do smarts because I guess I'm assuming knowledge is a skill that I don't have.
I don't have knowledge either. It's okay.
You didn't take knowledge anything?
It didn't seem like it would be helpful when I read it.
That's the equivalent of D&D going, I don't know what this religious skill is. We don't need it. Arcane.
I also do that. Oh, no, I have common knowledge.
See, there you go.
I got a 3.
A 3. The best you're able to discern, you're not exactly sure, but you're like, this, it appears to be coming from something naval, but you can't tell if it's cannons or like if it would be from a steam engine or something, but it just, for whatever reason, you get a feeling it's naval in nature.
Seems like some sort of naval smoke.
I rinse out my bandana, get it re-wet it, and then wrap it around my nose and my mouth.
What about your
Tie
eyes?
it back. Well, I like to still be able to see.
Are there people? Can we see people like out there, like in it, or do they seem to be affected by it? Like,
You're still on the train. You guys haven't made it quite into town yet, so it's just other people on the train are kind of having a similar experience to you. They're like, oh, what is that? Just kind of muffled, like, what's going on?
How fast do trains move in the past?
Chugga chugga choo choo fast. I don't know, like 40 to 50 miles an hour. I could Google it, but let's just go with 50. That seems realistic to
I don't
me.
know, man. Every train I see around here, it's going like 5 miles an hour. So
Because they're going past populated.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how fast trains move. Like we talking, we zooming into the station, or we just
I mean, you're going as fast as you can where it's safe.
We're chucking, we're we're training.
They're definitely not like, no, let's go slow, but they're also like, let's not tip over kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Doesn't sound good.
But anything else before we hit the station?
I got nothing.
Is the conductor giving us any warnings or
Well, no, that's just
any instructions?
like the cart workers or anything are just kind of walking through. They're making the announcements because hey, it's before like PAs and
So
things.
the people who work on the train, they seem fine. Like they're
Oh, yeah,
not
they're
all like, what is this? They're like, this is normal going about my day business.
Can we ask one of them about it?
You absolutely can.
Okay, so I want to grab one of the people walking by that works on the train.
Yes, sir. I'm very busy. What can I do for you?
Is this smoke and stuff normal around here? Is it always like this?
No. Ever since the starfall happened, we've been holding the British back. They're like, were you not briefed on this?
No, I haven't been briefed on anything.
Once you get to the station, you'll be briefed on the situation.
He doesn't have common knowledge. He doesn't even know who he is.
Okay, so the smoke is from fighting.
I mean, yeah, the British have been
Constant
relentless trying to reclaim the colonies.
Got it. Did you tell them they can't have them?
That's why we're fighting.
No, so they didn't accept that for an answer.
Do the British ever accept no when it comes to fighting?
I don't know. I haven't tried. I just bang drums.
You would know better than most. Anyway, and as you're going, you finish the conversation, you just feel this sudden like, whoa, and the brakes come on, bringing the train eventually to an complete stop, at which point you exit. When you go to exit, what you notice is there are people with military uniforms. However, they're not uniform military uniforms. You see some of northern uniforms. You see some southern uniforms. You see some militia uniforms, but they all appear to be working together and gathering people and directing them where to go. And very much so, it's civilian travel to the left. If you were sitting here on government business, to the right. Civilians left, government business to the right.
Well, I think we're supposed to go right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's go right.
I believe that to be true.
As you go through, and you guys wait in line, you eventually get up. You get up to the front, you see a man. Who here has military knowledge?
I mean, I was in the military. You mean like as a real person or as a character?
Character.
My character would have military knowledge.
Go ahead and just give me like a knowledge or a smarts roll.
I'm not sure what a gun is.
What drums?
I've seen my share of fighting.
Hell yeah, I got a 1, baby.
All right, so you look and you're like, this appears to be a man in a uniform.
Nailed it.
All right,
All right.
But as you come up, he
smarts
goes.
roll?
He just goes orders and like puts out his hand. Orders.
Who does? The man in the uniform?
The man in uniform as you have worked towards the front of the line.
And he says orders.
Yeah, and he's like orders, like holding his hand out.
Do I have some papers on me?
Do I get a roll to see if I...
Someone was given an envelope last
One of us
session.
was given an envelope. Was it me?
I don't remember.
I didn't write that
I
down.
don't.
I thought it was...
Someone was given an envelope, like
Thought
not
it
a
was
physical
Daphne.
one.
Yeah.
I didn't give envelope.
We're starting to look through our paper. It's like...
I actually stuck in your house last night and was like, "What have you got it delivered?" No, we'll just move past that. As he
Okay.
hands it, he opens it up. He goes, Oh, I want to thank you all for your service. And he folds it up and looks over and goes, Sergeant, escort them to their location per these orders. Say it to no one. Sergeant opens it up and his eyes kind of bug out a little bit. He's like, oh, follow me.
You got it.
I curtsy to the guard and then I walk away with my nose up as I follow the sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like pull the brim of my hat down a little bit more, pull my bandana up over my nose a little bit more, and like I'm trying to keep myself as small as possible.
Absolutely.
Try not to make people notice me.
As you go through the station, there's just
Weirdos.
people everywhere. You see wagons moving munitions. It seems like bedlam, but it's all everyone from what would have just been different sides of the war are all working together, like moving munitions, moving people. You hear some cries of wounded. You see other people being trained to move forward to go fight. But this is very much so. DC is, it's the capital, but they got some heavy stuff coming at their door right now.
So I decide I don't want people to know that I'm British because it seems like it's a bad idea for people to for me to reveal that I'm British. So I do my best to do an American accent.
Do you have acting or anything?
I have persuasion.
All right. Well, as you talk, we're going to do a persuasion roll. Or what is it?
Your headphones
Yeah,
murdered one of your
smart
ears.
or spirit would also go in that. So I had to look at the sheet. I couldn't remember.
I got
what all
I got a lot of that.
Yeah.
My character is smarter than I am.
That's always the worst. Where you're like, well, my character, I have no idea what they would do. But as you are brought through, you see this bedlam. You're instantly put into a carriage. It is not a good carriage. It's just very bare bones. Think like hayride as a kid kind of carriage that they just are like. It's got mismatched wheels and everything, but it's working, guys.
Hell yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do around here.
And they bring you through town. To at which point you come up to, it looks like a pseudo fort where they have some just big rocks put in place with some different banded together pieces of wood that are holding up to create a barricade. So at which point comes up, you see, you just see it appears to be a countless number of people standing, like watching guard outside of here, all different uniforms, but all looking very veteran and like battle ready. As your carriage comes to approach, you go, stop. And the carriage driver stops and just simply hands the envelope. The person that ordered to stop, commander opens it, looks, goes, we need more of these. Bring them inside. And he holds on to the orders, which point they let you go in. When you go in, it's not as well put together as you would think, like a military installation, but it is significantly better than what you've seen. We're talking the difference between like walking into a Walmart during Black Friday versus like Meijer on Black Friday. Where one of them,
It's so true.
one of them is slightly more put together than the other. At which point, though, you come in, but you just have this overwhelming sense that the people you can see, these are like hardened soldiers.
Mm-hmm. These guys aren't messing around.
Yeah. As you come in, they they direct you off the wagon. All right, come on, we're going to go meet the commander. Which point you walk in, and there are 3 other individuals standing there, but these individuals do not appear veteran soldiers. They feel more like they were brought here similar to you all. Mm-hmm. So you're brought into the office, said we're going to wait here for the commander. He should be here in about 5 minutes. Till then, at ease. And then they
Do we
walk up.
have that other guy with us?
No.
And
Okay.
are we in the room with the other 3?
Mm-hmm.
So
So there's 6 of us total.
Can I talk to them?
Yeah, you can talk to them.
Okay, I want to ask them what they're in for.
He goes,
What are you guys in for?
I was sent here after my town was attacked, and it turns out that I have the Starfallen gift. I'm able to shoot, I guess, flaming rocks from my hand.
Nice.
Ooh, better not tell anybody that.
Well, why are you here?
Oh, I can move metal sometimes, like very little, like for now.
I got on the wrong train, and somehow I ended up here.
Oh, God help you.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's doomed, right?
Yeah. Someone else then chimes in too. They're like, yeah, I also got the gift of the Starfallen. What about you?
I just kind of glare at them, and I'm trying to keep my face from being seen.
And they're just like, talkative one you are. Okay.
My name's David, by the way. What's your guys' name? Do you have a name? Do you have a group name? Team name?
Welcome to playing with my husband, okay? Always have a name.
What? I have a name, and I would want to. This is how you interact with people. I have to know that because I don't know how to do it normally. Do you have to
Let's
ask
go
people
with
what their name-
Conroy,
Sure.
Eben, and hold on, Rose.
Does one of them look feminine?
Yeah,
Okay.
Rose.
How
I
dare
just
you.
checking.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Well, it's nice to meet you all.
Also, too, I do just
Yeah,
want
this
to.
is 1850. You'd never know.
I do want to throw this out there. I just looked up Civil War female names, and the first one popped up was Harriet Tubman, and I'm like, no.
Nailed it.
But yeah, as you appear to be kind of in the middle of your conversation, a man walks in, appears to be very decorated. If you'd like to,
I want to try to. Can I try to like wiggle his medals?
you're more than welcome to try that.
I don't have to like. Do I have to move to do that, or like can I just like do it while sitting still?
I would say right
jiggle.
now you have to move.
Jiggle
Like,
his
you
shit.
just got these powers very recently.
All I want to do is jiggle his shit. I don't like steal
Give me a
him.
spirit roll.
Wow.
Just for funsies while I'm sitting there, you know.
Give me a spirits roll to activate your power.
Nope. That's a 2.
It's 2. As you go to wiggle it, one of them just seems to fall off.
Count it.
And he goes, all right, as you all can see, I don't have time for pleasantries. Here's what we're doing.
Do I see that?
No.
Can I see him not have time for pleasantries? How does one appear to not have time? pleasantries would I have been expecting?
But he says, I don't have time for pleasantries. As you can see here, America's under attack, and I'm sure you've heard about all over the country as well, because that's why you're all here. As far as United States citizens are concerned, you don't exist. You never will exist. This unit here involves you, new Starfallen. I know you didn't choose to be soldiers, but welcome aboard. You've been conscripted here by President Johnson himself. I've been given the utmost authority as if my orders are from President Johnson himself. That's the level of authority we're working with here.
Sounds good.
I'm going to give you a brief of the situation, and I want to be very crystal clear what will happen. We have the British fleet currently invading. We are doing our best to hold them back, but for whatever reason, they were given more of the Starfallen than any of us, and they're better at naval combat than we are. We're trying our best, but it looks as if we are going to lose this battle if this goes on too much longer. The next part, down in the south, Spain is invading, trying to reclaim their territory. They started with Florida. They have now taken the bottom half of the peninsula down there. We're trying to hold them right in the middle. I'm not quite sure how long that'll go. Spain does keep sending in more and more reinforcements. They've really dug into defenses that they do have, and they've resorted to guerrilla tactics. So as we try to advance and take our lands back, it's not traditional warfare we're seeing. It's brutal, it's bloody, and frankly, it's savage.
Savage.
Next, the French. The French are doing what the French do best.
Sucking.
They are coming to reclaim their territory. However, they do not feel the United States as a priority, quote unquote. It's almost as if they're toying with us. However, they have infiltrated New Orleans and have taken over half of the city, which currently the United States military has that city blockaded, and they are not able to move past into the northern half of New Orleans. We're holding them in place. And finally, out west and southwest, Mexico is trying to take their lands back. Part of that, as you know, a lot of people, they didn't move out of Mexico. Mexico moved them out. So about half of the population there has defected back to their quote-unquote home country. They're treating as if they are no longer Americans, but they are part of the Mexican military, and they are helping invade and giving knowledge, like intimate knowledge within our lands, our settlements, our positionings. That being said, too, the Native Americans are also reclaiming their land. However, for what is working out for us is that the Mexicans and the Native Americans are fighting over the same land. So currently that does work in our favor. However, they both sides hate us. So if they get a whiff that we're coming in, they will unite and attack us. However, with them both being in weakened positions, perhaps that does potentially open up room for a truce of some kind. We have had rumblings that the Mexican military and the Native Americans are working on truces. Another thing that works out in our favor is Native Americans are splintered and they're not fully united. So when you get one truce done, it doesn't speak for all of them. It only speaks for that single tribe. So in order for them to really turn the tide and get these truces done, they have to go one by one, which is something else working in our favor. Here's the thing. We can only send you all one place at a time. Every single one of these locations could use people with your expertise, your abilities. We need to work together. We need to prioritize based on your experience, based on your knowledge and your abilities to pick where it needs to be done. However, while you are at whatever position you choose, the time does not stop at the other positions. Meaning, if you were to go fight the French, for example, that's not going to stop the Spanish from invading. Depending on what you choose to do, who you choose to fight with, what allies you choose to ally yourself with, and the amount of time it takes, we can either make the situation better or worse in other locations. That being said, where would you like to start?
I mean, feels like we should probably start here where we are, right? I mean, efficiency.
Feel free to ask
How fast?
any questions you have as you kind of go through.
So are the British and French fighting each other?
Currently known, it's first time in history.
That's interesting.
Oh, at least they're not fighting us here. I don't care what they're doing on the other side of the pond. They're always fighting over something over there.
That much is true.
How long?
Not that I would know.
How long does it take to get to any of the other locations, like Florida, for instance, from here?
The beauty is, with this new technology we gotten from one of our Starfallen, we've been able to upgrade our locomotives, and we can get anywhere in the United States using our train system in no more than 2 days. It used to take us a week, but we're able to get there now in 2 days.
Not bad. Not bad.
What about the Spanish? What are their terms like with the French and the British?
The Spanish, we have no information on that currently, and it seems that the British and the French are willing to let Spain do their own thing because they're wanting so little. They are, quote unquote, reclaiming their territory, just like the French and British. And unfortunately for us, the Spanish territory never overlapped with the British or the French. So neither the British nor French are fighting over it currently.
Do we happen to know the whereabouts of General Reed?
General Reed?
He led a battle in New Orleans.
Any whereabouts I do know. The news is already delayed. I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Best way to find that out would be to go there and ask someone yourself.
Now, I'm no military expert, but I do know that when I'm mixing chemicals together, some chemicals don't mix very well. It seems like perhaps if we can get the British and the French to fight each other, then that would relieve the pressure on that front.
If you have a plan, I'd love to hear it.
What if we could sink some of the ships and then blame the other side?
Except, I understand you're a chemist. Let me school you a little bit of geography here. And he kind of points, and he's like, DC. And he's like, the British are coming here, and the French are way down here. He goes, the French aren't over here. I like the plan, but how are we going to convince them that the French were here?
Don't suppose we could hussy up a British ship to look like a French ship and then fight them?
Perhaps.
You got any illusion?
Perhaps the British
Starfallen? Anybody that can make like things look different?
The Starfallen we are using at their capacity. As we find more Starfallen, they come in, they are being assigned. So if you're asking for what abilities you'd have, it's the abilities you've brought with you.
Dope.
Perhaps one of the American ships fly the British flag and have it attack a French ship. Or a Spanish, since the Spanish are attacking down south, as are the French, as I understand.
I do have one ship that I could spare. One. It's a medium-sized frigate, and it's a little bit on the older side.
It's a good ship. What do my companions think of this?
So we're going to pretend to be French and sink a British ship?
That is what I have in mind. Or a Spanish ship. If we could just get them to fight each other, we can get the Spanish to fight the French, or the French to fight the British, or the British to fight the Spanish, then it seems that it would turn the tides in the American favor.
What's going to happen is we're going to get a whole bunch of British ships pointing their guns at us.
That is historically what our experience has been in this situation. I'd like to also remind you, the British are very skilled in naval combat, and they have more Starfallen than all of us. It appears right now, out of the 32 ships that they have out there, there's at least 70 Starfallen with them.
That's a lot.
So it sounds like we need to get them on land so they can't have their advantage in the sea.
Can their cannons reach this base?
This base, no. We've moved anything of any importance out of cannon range. Fortunately, the bay area here, it gets shallow pretty quick. So their large frigates are not able to move in far enough. And like I said, anything of interest, we've already moved out of their range.
Now, I've heard of this wonderful invention you Americans, that we have, called a balloon with hot air that can go up into the sky. Do you have such a thing?
We do. We currently do not have any readily available. We could have some available in as little as 4 days' time.
I don't know what we could do with such a flying device, but it seems that it could have some use for us.
Can make it explode.
So just out of game, yeah, you guys got all the pick and choose what you want to do, but like I said, there will be pluses and minuses to what you choose to do with the other sides. So now it's become like a mission time-based resources thing.
Yeah, because it does sound like the British is right here.
I will let you know the British is the hardest.
I mean, it ought to be. They're right here.
Well,
Have
and
70 Starfall and hate us and are already winning. We should probably abandon this country and regroup and try to fight.
Let's go to Canada.
Yes, we'll be Canadians now.
I have nothing written for the Canadians. I'm just assuming that they're like, hey, keep it down there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
They got their heads down, not causing any noise. Like, oh, they're fighting over stuff. Okay.
All right, back to game.
Bit of a squabble down there.
Well, perhaps going south to where the Mexicans and the natives are.
What it sounds like to me is we're gonna need more firepower.
Okay.
Take on the British.
Perhaps we could broker an alliance with.
The British.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see an alliance with anybody right now.
As of right now, they think that we are weak, we are scattered, and we are divided. They think that they are going to come reclaim what is theirs with little to no pushback. I say we prove them wrong.
Kind of sounds like if we took on the Spanish, because they don't have anybody overlapping them. That's just dealing with one group. And hey, where did you say the Spanish were? Florida?
Yes, Florida.
Yeah, we can just let them have that. It sucks.
Yeah, but then that's right south and on the ocean. So then we could get our troops into the ocean south of the British and give us a maneuvering room.
There's a lot of coastline. It's not just the south end up here where the British are.
Right now, the British can come down, get into land, and come up. But if we can take over that land, we can then be coming in from the west and the south.
How's the rest of the coastline look?
Right now, the British seem to be focused on taking the capital. They feel if our capital falls, that everything else of ours will fall.
How long do you think you can hold the capital?
Currently, right now, with the way things are going, without the British getting more reinforcements,
15 minutes.
2 weeks.
So it sounds like we've got a little buffer time where we could maybe bring together some other firepower.
What do you, by the way, what is your name?
My name is Clyde Barton.
Clyde Barton. What do you think?
I think right now, the best bet, the French and the British are always up in arms at each other. If we're able to push back the French and maybe make them a false promise, we can get them to turn on the British. And since their ships are already passing in the seas, could work, might work, something we can look at. The British might be able to actually fight them closer to their homeland and pause the British reinforcements and supplies coming in.
So you figure we do that by messing with them in New Orleans?
As of right now, they're not going to work with us if they think that we're weak and they're days away from reclaiming their land. But if we prove them wrong and their losses are too much, it could open the door for negotiations.
Oh, I don't hate that idea. Let's go kick some ass in New Orleans, huh?
I'm definitely for going to New Orleans.
I guess we're going to go see the Big Easy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Did we just come from there?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where were we when we were fighting?
Oh, we were down south somewhere.
I feel like we were like, I don't know. I was on my way to New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's where I was headed. And then I got conscripted.
So, with that being said, you have anything and everything that from the United States military at your disposal. Are there any munitions or supplies you will need to be successful with your mission? And yes, it will only be you three going. The other 3 individuals here, we're going to use here and station them here to help hold back the British.
Good luck, comrades. Let's see. Supplies. God damn it. What would we need?
Outside of character. So like, do we need to make sure we have enough ammunition?
So,
Because I technically have a revolver and a saber.
So you'll have enough ammunition, but like a revolver, that's going to take you a turn to be able to reload after you shoot all 6 of the bullets. But versus like a musket, that's going to be shoot, then your whole next, like, then both actions next turn will be reload to be able to shoot again. Unless there's something else maybe on the sheets that I gave you that would not need to muzzle load.
Like a repeating rifle.
Like a repeating rifle.
Do we need like rations? Do we need like food, water? Do we need like keep track of that shit?
Not with what we're going to do with it. Unless you guys are like, we want to go behind enemy lines, blah, blah, blah. If you're there, I just assume you can have your basic needs met with them just giving you stuff.
Yeah, we're still learning what we need to ask for.
What about a telescope? Like those retractable telescopes that I see a lot of you military people using?
Do you want to make the roll or do you want me to?
You can make the roll.
All right, D6.
Not a bad ask. Not a bad.
They do not have any telescopes currently. Well, I have to run to the bathroom. Why don't you guys take some time? I'll be right back, though.
Sounds good.
There's a volcanic repeating rifle.
Ooh, what about a cannon?
Does shoot volcanoes is what I just heard. So I have a repeating rifle, so I don't need one.
So
But
you've got. That's the thing is, I feel like we have.
so, sir, can you teach me to shoot before we go? You think I could get like a couple hours of shooting training? Yeah, I'm gonna ask for that. But
Will you get me a hi-yo out of the fridge, please?
I mean, what else? We don't need rations, so we're good there. So like ammunition's fine. Like, do you guys want to try to like get extra weapons or something?
Maybe a saber.
I've got one. I got a saber. I don't need weapons. Like I should be good. I got a revolver. I got a repeating rifle, and I got a saber.
I really wanted a telescope.
What'd you roll?
He rolled it too. I should have rolled.
It wouldn't have been much better.
You're probably
I love
right.
you, but
But this is me.
don't think it would have been much better. I'm trying to see if there's any like. They haven't come up with grenades by this point, have they?
I think they did have
Ooh,
some
a
kind
map.
Ooh, did they have mayonnaise in this time?
No, but they did have A1.
Fucking weird. Yeah.
A1
You didn't get
was
me a hi-yo?
A1 was made in 1865, folks. Smack dab in the middle of the Civil War, someone made steak sauce.
Hey, man.
And it's still here today.
I love it.
I do too.
I'm here for it.
I saw a video of a guy eating
Ooh.
Civil War hardtack
Oh, yeah.
that had still, like, it's because it's hardtack and pretty much lasts forever, except it had, a lot of mold on it, but he ate it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Do you guys have a Walt revolver?
Yeah.
Can I have a Walt
I would take
revolver?
one. Yeah, that would be great. Sure.
How many side arms am I, or how many things am I allowed to have?
As many as you
Ooh,
can.
can I get two pistols?
There's not like a weight limit like D&D
Can I be like Annie
that we always ignore anyway.
Annie Oakley with like two pistols? Like,
You absolutely can.
ooh, maybe I'm.
You want
do
two
that.
officer pistols?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So for this, with rare exception other than like the repeating rifle versus a muzzleloader, this is really going to be personal flair for what you want. So that's why I provided you guys a list, because like I said, I'm not an expert on Civil War weaponry, but here's a list to kind of go off of. So for example, stat-wise, between a like officer's pistol and a regular revolver, it's not a different stat-wise, but just adds flavor.
Looks cool as shit.
And a Walt's revolver has 12 rounds in it.
Oh my.
See, this is good. Yes.
Why I asked for it.
All right. So yes, when I tell you need to reload after 6, go the paper you gave me says.
Like, no, this says it says a very rare 12-shot revolver.
Can we get any like training while we're here? Like, I know that we're star following, but I think
you are
a lot of star following were just regular people before they became star following, and
depending on where you're going, you might be able to get a half day's worth of training, but not enough to train you with shooting or anything. You would need at least a full day for something like that. Or you guys could choose to delay your departure.
delay is bad. I think delay is bad. I think we get there and everything's already done and we lost. That's how it goes in a video game.
Do you have an axe?
An axe to grind. Boom.
Do you have an axe?
Do you like a woodcutter's axe or like one of those savage tomahawks?
Savage.
Like the one I would have back on my farm.
Woodcutter's axe it is. Yes.
Kind of Negroes have.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what?
I'm trying to like keep the flair there without being like overtly racist.
This game makes me uncomfortable.
Too bad. I feel like there must be something obvious we could ask for. Like not like game breaking obvious, but like simple shit. Like I need a blanket or something that I'm just not fucking thinking of.
Like I said,
Our basic needs are met.
right. Basically, think about the game. Like
Did
with
they have
this, is
fake
it-
eyes back then?
But like when you go there, your basic needs and stuff are going to be met. Like you'll have lodging, things like that. It's not like D&D where you're like, oh, I need to walk 3 days, so now I have to sleep in the woods. With this,
I wonder what the
no.
craftsmanship on fake eyes is around this time.
Can I have a volcanic M1855 repeating pistol?
How many bullets does it hold? Sorry.
According to this, it is.
1,000 bullets.
It doesn't say.
It's got one
But
of
it's
those.
repeating. That means you could do it like back to back, right? Like,
Got one of those circle things.
can you shoot it more than one time in a turn?
No.
I guess is what I'm asking.
But if you have two
That's
pistols,
the way I
you
read
could.
it too. I was like, oh, it's repeating. Like,
No, kind of like the repeating rifle. It just you don't have to reload it in between. Because don't forget revolvers. Like the reason the officers' pistols were a big deal is because revolvers were actually still very rare at this time.
Right.
They still had the bang. I have to reload this. So the fact that they could go like 6 times, I'm unstoppable.
Dog, I'd be so brave in wars back then.
Do you by chance have?
Because motherfuckers be shooting with no accuracy. Just
Ooh, can I get garter belts and then put the pistols in them?
Jesus
You absolutely
Christ.
can. Do you want how many pistols do you want it to hold?
One each.
God,
Do you
one
need
of both
any
legs.
other horror regalia?
Well, do you need like something to consider just out of game? Like, do you want like one of the boot knives that like at the time prostitutes would have, like that you could keep? Do you need
Oh, that's not
like
bad.
some throwing knives? Do you need?
Can I get some hidden knives? Some
Yeah.
boot knives and fucking,
Yeah, if you want something like that, like it has to make sense for your character, or if you want them to be like,
makes sense.
I don't know what this is, but I'm going to be real bad at it. Like, you can absolutely do that. But
oh, I do have the throwing skill.
so like you can get throwing knives like the tomahawks here. That's where it's also really cool because you can use them as melee. And then when you're like, to hell with this, you can be like melee, throw.
Oh my God, how metal are the tomahawks?
Metal.
Very metal. Can I get one of those? I've got throwing. I could throw a tomahawk
Describe
and
what
then
it
make
looks
it come back to me.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
Do you want
someday.
it? Oh. I forgot that. So yeah, you would not want like one with a stone head. You would want be like, no.
That'd be metal.
But this
Steel at that time, right?
Oh yeah, they had steel at that time.
I'm saying like if he didn't have a stone one, it would be.
So like something like yours, you might think about, as dumb as it sounds, maybe ask for like a clay pot almost that just has a bunch of shrapnel in it, where you can just like throw it out and make.
I was trying to figure out something
Because now with your power, you could have now just made yourself a grenade essentially in Civil War time.
I'm trying to figure out the logistics of that. Like, I mean, even with the power, I could make like, it spread out, but like with explosive force.
Maybe not initially. Maybe at first it's just kind of like a couple guys, but then after you learn to do it, you pick open, close, bring it back.
Was dynamite a thing in Civil
about-
War?
Oh yeah, it was.
Ball bearings.
Ooh.
That'd work out too, right?
Oh yeah, because that's what they use as bullets. They got plenty of ball bearings.
So I'd like a bag of ball bearings, please,
There you go.
and a tomahawk. Stick it in the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a belt? If I don't have a belt, I'd like a belt.
Yes. If you if you want bandoliers now, here's the chance for it. If you like whatever we're talking.
I
But like
looked up
said,
what a bandolier was once, but I have forgotten.
it's the it looks like the cross-side belt that like has bullets or
Nice.
weapons and stuff
All
across
right,
it.
cool. I'm back. I got to explain to my family what a bindle was. Good times.
I would like some dynamite.
Give me a D6 roll.
Do you got any poison gas?
No, but someone might be able to get materials for that.
Could make it.
What'd you get?
All right, so I need like a bag.
2.
You get 2 sticks of dynamite. That's all they're able to store.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take them.
Oh, I should probably write that over here.
I feel like I'm just the kind of person who relies on their on their power, like just straight up.
What is your power again?
Disintegration.
I mean, that seems to check out. Which
Yeah.
Also, too, have you thought about like how your power works? Like, how do you want it to work?
It works on the molecule level.
Okay.
So like I basically like separate the molecules.
Like, do you want it to be like bang, like with your finger, or like do you want to like 11 it or like Thanos it? Like, how do you want it to activate? Like, how would your character try to use it?
Hold on. Did I write it down? I might have written it down.
Well, no, just
No, because I did it last time. I'm just trying to remember.
yeah, here you go.
Just throw them because you hated them.
Apparently, this one says you just win anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Please put that one back in. Oh.
The reason I'm asking because this could also help like how your power builds, over time, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because it works on the molecule level.
Like, is it just line of sight?
And I have to be able to see it. And it's more of like if you think, I mean, kind of like Play-Doh, where like I use my hands like I'm pulling it apart. And eventually I figure like as I could start putting them back together. I don't have that yet, but that's what I kind of imagine would happen.
Something to think about, but maybe you can find a skilled craftsman later that almost can make binoculars for your character. So from a distance, now you're able to like double like how far you can see. Since you have to use your hands right now.
Yeah, right now I have to use my hands, and it has to be line of sight, and I can only pull things apart. Mm-hmm. And it kind of starts at like a certain spot, and then it
like
goes out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so like I might start like in the middle of your chest, and you'll literally just start disintegrating from the middle out. Like I can't do like your whole body at one time. Mm-hmm. Not yet, anyway.
Can't go goodbye, poof.
Right. It has to be. I have to start small, but once those molecules start falling apart, then everything else just kind of follows. I feel like there's a lot of room for as I level up to.
Oh, absolutely.
With that.
I want to give you guys this time to make sure you have all the equipment and stuff to make your characters badass.
Ooh.
Like I'm already bad. I put a lot of thought into my power.
Then raw dog it. Just
So,
go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I can go.
Raw dog it.
What'd you say?
I said then just raw dog it.
Oh, yeah.
What other stuff?
Because, I mean, think about it, too. You would have just gotten these powers. Like, what are you going to try to use and do with your powers?
Do you by chance have sulfur?
Oh, plenty.
I'd like some sulfur, please. And then if you also have...
Saltpeter? Is that what you're going to ask for next?
No, I was going to ask for petroleum.
Yeah, it would have petroleum.
Pine or cedar resin.
Easily done, yeah.
Lime or bitumen. Greek fire.
You can find all those materials.
I would like to acquire those materials.
Give me
Put them all in a bag together.
Give me a D4 roll.
Premix it.
2
You find enough of all that for 2 batches.
of Greek fire.
Mm-hmm.
2 batches. Let's go, champ.
Now, I do want to preface with this is just today. Maybe more of those materials can come in later. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be more readily available later. You don't know. But as of today, that's all you're able to get at this location.
Let's see.
What are we looking on time over there?
We're like 57 minutes into recording, but plenty of silence to cut out, things like that.
Cool.
What about arsenic?
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Okay, I'd like some arsenic, please.
Give me a D4.
Don't kill yourself.
Got any old lace?
3
You find 3 doses?
vials
of arsenic? I was going to say, I don't know the proper terminology here.
How many ball bearings are in a bag of ball bearings?
1,000.
Write that down. No takebacks. 1.
I'm not.
Feeling, like you're making Daphne roll for everything.
No, it's just the amount.
Yeah, you didn't make him roll for an amount.
Well, because it's ball bearings.
Ball bearings. Got tons of them. Can I have a bag of nails?
Yeah, you can have a bag of nails.
Thanks. How many nails are in a bag of nails?
1 handful.
That's fair. It's about 20 nails.
What about chloroform?
Jesus.
So you're looking for alcohol and
Are you Daphne or are you Matt?
No,
I'm
she's
Henrietta Livingston.
give me a D4 roll.
Distant ancestor of Matt Worland. Where that chloroform at? Got some unruly kids.
2.
You
Oh my
find
God.
2
You
vials.
motherfuckers need to go to sleep.
Well, you are given. You don't find it. You are given 2 vials of chloroform. Right now, what I feel like Daphne's character is, this is like the Lord of the Rings scene where they're like, you cannot approach Theoden King so armed. And Aragorn and Legolas are pulling everything out. That's her. And then just Gimli like with one axe. Hands it.
That'd be me. I'm Gimli.
Something else that you might be able to develop your power into, because I was actually thinking this, but like, what was his name? Yondu's like arrow. Like with your power later, you can develop something like that. That could be kind of cool.
What's a Yondu?
You don't remember from Guardians of the Galaxy, the dude that whistled and it's like arrow flew. He was, and it was like, and he could catch it back.
Man, I don't remember that guy.
I don't either.
Where he's like, where they call him Mary Poppins. He's like, Mary Poppins cool. Hold on.
I feel like maybe I should have watched that movie more than once.
Yondu.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Guardians of the Galaxy was
I
pretty
still
good.
listen to the soundtrack.
You would.
All right, this is going so over here. We'll just use this.
Ooh, maybe we should get a flint and steel set.
Yeah.
I just can't figure out what we need.
Oh,
yeah, that guy.
Oh.
But his arrow, something like that, I kind of see something like that. Or
Yeah.
honestly, if I had a character with your powers, I'd be like going back and reading old Magneto comics to be like, okay, what he learned to do.
Not a bad idea. Could be fun.
What about a flint and steel kit?
Oh, easily.
I would like one of those, please.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have to roll for it.
No, they're just going to have
Okay.
that.
How many flint and steel kits?
Well, like
did
I
you
said,
get?
this is also to the amount of supplies they have right now at this location.
Okay, let me ask you, a little out of left field here. Got any whiskey?
Yeah, like you can have a whole cask of it.
Oh, sweet.
What's your favorite whiskey?
Oh, what existed back then? Jesus.
Do you want the
the
brand
kind that exists?
Do you want the brand that General Grant gave to his troops?
Well, yeah, if it's an option,
Yeah.
we'll take that. It probably tastes better than the other.
Ah, that's a good that's a good requisition request.
All right. Anything else you all would like?
It's necessary. It's liquid courage.
I will.
you know.
I will
Also, it's
also let you
medicinal.
guys know this too, so you can think about it as we keep playing, and then like even in between our playing times, you're going to be able to get more supplies as we go. So this isn't like the one and done. You can never get supplies again.
We're at Fort Laramie in Oregon Trail.
Yes,
Do I have like a cup?
sure.
It'd be fucking pointless to have whiskey and no way to drink it.
Maybe a flask.
Lift the barrel.
I'm gonna stick my head in it.
Ooh, maybe you should get some pliers in case we need to pull anyone's teeth out.
That damn Daphne.
Oh, right? Jesus. What the fuck?
I'm just
Get some
trying to-
bamboo shoots
just
too
trying
while
to-
we're at it.
Just trying to think ahead. That's all.
Shit.
Maybe Daphne played way too much Oregon Trail.
I'm kidding.
Daphne's being very American right now.
What Oregon Trail were you playing? People getting their teeth pulled out?
I mean, how else were they? They were dying of everything.
I mean,
Okay.
motherfuckers are dying of everything, but I
Diphtheria.
don't remember a torture session as part of the game.
Just kids being kids.
Like, hey, motherfucker, where'd you get that buffalo?
Yeah. I guess-
Oh, the same place the rest of us got it? Good to know. Thank you. Have a nice day.
I will say, going back and playing, like, think about what I did in that game as a kid. I was like, they should have really popped up something. They're like, you've gotten like 18,000 pounds of bison meat. Stop shooting the buffalo.
There's not enough room on the wagon.
Yeah. It was like next day, what do? I go hunting. That's why, there's no more buffalo in the U.S.
It is
It's me
wild.
on the Oregon Trail.
Well, I think I have all that I need.
I gotta assume I've got it. Anything I might need.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you're kind of sent to New Orleans? Because it sounds like that's where you guys have decided to head.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I would probably be. How long have I been a star fallen?
We're talking like a month since all this
so
happened.
I would be constantly like trying out my powers, like trying to see how far away I could like make a metal thing move, or it's this constant thing I would be trying to do, like
would
practicing.
You maybe have a chain with you that you were trying to learn to like
Oh, that's
do
not a
stuff
bad
with
idea.
and
Yeah.
stuff?
Could have a long chain and see how far I could get it each
Give us more
day.
ideas.
Well, no, I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. I feel bad.
Yeah, it's like, if I could requisition like a light chain,
Yeah, like
a very long chain, but light,
sure, easily done.
keep it around. And
As bad as it sounds, it would be like the chains they use for slaves.
Can I have some rope?
Sure.
and like wrap the chain around like a bandolier.
Using that vocab word.
Like I just at random, like extend it to see how far it goes and see if I'm getting any better to gauge my growth with, if the power changes over time or if this is all it is. I could just move metal a little bit and salvage shit out of the sea.
Well, I just kind of picture you also too with like a chain with that, learning how to take it and like wrap someone with it, and you're like, and now I throw them, and you're like getting chained back.
Yeah, I mean, if I get good enough, it's going to take practice, I think. So I got to practice every day.
So basically, your guys' powers are going to be able to like. Theoretically, Matt, you could roll to make that happen, but right now, since it's new, that might say if you want to do that, you're going to need 2 raises. But then over time, like, okay, no, that's just being successful using your power as you learn to develop your powers more and more.
Cool.
So be creative with what you're doing. I like to encourage that. But I will let you know if you get a little too off the rails, be like, yeah, you're going to need a raise on that to make that happen, or so on and so forth.
Cool. You got all the chemicals you need to destroy an entire country?
For now.
She has 2 doses to destroy an entire country.
She's
She's
bound to
going
get
to
more
pick
what?
the exact targets.
Exactly. And if we need to torture somebody, we've got some pliers.
Should we come up with like a plan on our way to New Orleans? How long does it take to get to New Orleans? 2 days, or
It's
is it
going to take 2 days to travel to any of these locations just for the sake of making everything easy.
Sure. So is our plan just to fight, or are we showing up trying to like
Are we meeting anybody?
humiliate?
Do you have any contacts down there we should meet up with in New Orleans?
Ooh, hold on, I do.
Got to pull up his Rolodex.
His name is Franklin Buchanan.
The Franklin Buchanan?
Correct. He's a real life person too.
He was a gay.
Huh?
He was a gay.
He was a gay. Mm-hmm. How do you know? Were you there?
History.
Did he write it down?
It was well known.
I don't even know who the fuck Franklin Buchanan is.
Wait, is
Just
this
said the words "the Franklin Buchanan."
was this
and
the
it just fucking
president
works out.
Buchanan?
Mm-mm.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I was thinking of President Buchanan.
Was that James?
Franklin Buchanan.
He was actually a commander for the Confederacy, a naval commander for the Confederacy.
It's
But
interesting.
was he gay?
No, not according to Wikipedia. But also according to Wikipedia, Alexander the Great, he's like, he had a really good friend, and it goes, he mourned for 14 days after he died to build a statue.
I love history where they're like, they were really good friends. Like, yeah, really good. Duh. Unreal. It's like historians like, gay people only have just recently existed. Okay, so these guys were just really good friends. Like, yeah,
But,
no good friends.
but yeah, this guy,
Bosom buddies, maybe.
he led a river squadron, was a commander for the first and only ironclad ship of the Southern Navy.
Ooh, the Merrimack.
Actually, this one says CSS Virginia.
Oh,
I was about to say it's gross that you know that, but also now it's better that you didn't.
We're going to rewrite history here a little bit because
Break out Civil War.
it says
bullshit.
here in 1866 he was shot in the thigh and died.
Oh, no.
We'll see what happens. You guys get to pick.
He's probably
Maybe he has a limp.
he's got rotten leg, is what he's got.
Or maybe you're able to go, I pull that ball bearing out.
we should probably amputate his leg.
We should.
That's just with the pliers.
Ooh, actually, can I get a saw, please, in case we ever need
Like a
to do
bone
that?
Jesus
saw?
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you keeping all this?
I already have an axe.
Oh,
Ooh, I've got a tomahawk. We could hack at somebody's leg.
well, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You want a bone saw for sure.
Do you have a bone saw?
All right.
I
Well,
really hope you're not going to be doing
Just
any
gonna ignore
surgery
that.
out here. But
Okay,
Jesus.
we're
Okay.
ignoring that one right now.
do you have surgery skills?
all right. So,
Surgery part of it.
if there's nothing else, going once, going twice.
Did you get the bone saw?
Yes.
So
Yes.
strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have that. Like,
Of course
I
they
can't see
would.
a
There's
reason
tons
why
of
they wouldn't have
amputation
it.
happening all the fucking. They don't know what to do with wounded legs. They just cut them off. Like, oh, you got shot in the shin. Sucks for you, man.
Can we at least wait 2 days to see if it doesn't get infected?
Can I maybe dig in there myself? I'll dig it
Right?
out. I'll dig it out. Can I just pour some? What do you got? Bourbon? Just pour it on there. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It may not work as well, but just leave it on. Just leave it on.
But
Oh no.
yep, your contact is going to be Commander Franklin Buchanan on your way to New Orleans.
So we should tell him that who sent us again?
Oh,
I
yes,
am
yes,
that I
yes.
am.
I forgot. And he reaches down, he pulls out, and it appears to be like just in a bag. He's like, yes. Pulls out, but he gives you a pen, and it is the official presidential seal of the United States government.
Like a lapel pin? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
So, and just kind of gives it, goes, this will be your rite of passage.
He just gives us one, or gives us each one.
Gives you each one.
Nice. Boop. Got president pen.
And I'm sorry, I have a terrible memory. Can you remind me, please, what your name is again?
Commander Clyde Barton.
Oh, I did write that down. Commander. I'm gonna write commander. Whoops. Wow, that pencil really destroyed that paper. Good job,
Those of you
pencil.
who
Holy
would
shit.
like to know, he's actually a general. So he's like pretty up there.
It's
Who,
interesting.
Clyde?
It's interesting now
He's just
how
lying to
to
us?
see
I don't know what military word.
to see you Yanks friends with the Confederates.
I wouldn't call us friends, but there's a bigger threat. Nothing else? All right. You're all going to get on the choo-choo.
Hell yeah. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Time for another railroad session. Hey, hey, hey.
Dun, 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 dun. I look out the window. Do I get murdered with smoke?
No, as
20 minutes out.
you go away, everything seems to clear up. And even for the first day, you're on the train, you kind of forget what you're doing. You're just kind of like, this seems normal.
Did we have a
Just
private
riding on
car?
a train.
Yeah, you can
Nice.
you'd each have your own private car.
Are there like bells on the... Nah, that's a dumb idea.
What the
no.
basic necessities you need on the train are attended to.
I don't know if there are like bells on the train can make the train stop.
Including drinkage, right?
Yes.
Yay. I sit and sip a drink with the brim of my hat down as far as I can go.
Can I wonder about the train, or is it like how many cars is the train roughly? Ballpark. 5 to 10 or less? 20, 50 cars?
8 cars.
50.
Not bad, not bad. Am I allowed to like wonder the train? Mm-hmm. Like, can I just like bumble up to the conductor and like check out what he's doing and like look to see what he's seeing?
Oh, yeah.
Or
absolutely.
she,
You can-
I guess. Probably you, though.
Probably.
Sort of like, make small talk with the crew.
I'm just looking out the window and just to keep my eyes peeled to see if anything unusual pops up, anything of import.
Nothing that you would see. It's just it appears that the war hasn't even hit this part of the country yet. But as you do come into New Orleans, again, as you go to get off the train, it seems as if this is a war-stricken town. It's not in as bad a shape as DC. Like, you don't have the burning, you're able to breathe, but you're definitely like, oh, people are like doing things, okay. There's definitely like an uneasiness to it, but it's not like this is hell.
Okay. So we arrive,
So you arrive,
chilling, get off the train.
which point you just kind of, when you get off the train, they're like orders, you just point at the pen and they're like, go that way. Right. And they bring you to Commander Buchanan. Would any of you, I should say, knowing that he is a Confederacy officer, hold any type of animosity towards him?
I wouldn't. I'm not even from this country.
Let me think for a minute.
Actually, don't answer that. Just think about it for role playing.
Did he fight in the Battle of New Orleans
And would you know that?
in 1866?
No.
Then no.
Okay. But no, just think about it for role play. I like to bring it, especially with this campaign, bring up that because that might make, might come up. All right. Just go. He's a very gruff looking older man, a little bald on top. He's got a big Santa Claus beard, so on and so forth. But he's still proudly wearing that Confederacy naval officer uniform, still proudly displaying all the decorations of his rank. But you get the overall general vibe. He's respected. And again, just like you saw in DC, granted, there are substantially more Southern troops here, but there are Northern troops also. And again, you're getting the vibe that he's a very respected man, and that though there is still tension, it's really quelled. Mm-hmm. And I would assume that the only reason you guys would come to that conclusion, but you tell me otherwise, would be due to his leadership and the way he presents himself during this time.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So Mr. Buchanan, he says, times are dire. Mm-hmm. I don't need to brief you on the situation. You know why you're here. That's why you've chosen to come here. And thank God that those bureaucrats up in D.C. finally listened to me.
Yeah, we were sent here by Commander Clyde Barton.
Oh, yes. Great man. Great man. He has a tendency to be a little rough around the edges, but he gets things done. Yes. Wonderful man. You do well to listen to him. But without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce you all to Francis Clylen? It's a hard name to say. But Francis Clylen. They have fought in the war. They would be more than happy to help you out and fill you in. If anyone has perception as a skill, I would recommend rolling it here, or a knowledge check of military, so on and so forth.
Well, I just have regular knowledge. It's just knowledge. It's not military knowledge.
I have common knowledge.
Give me a roll. But you're going to need a raise on this to know who this person is. Well, at least to know who they are straight up.
Okay, so tell me how I rolled this, because
So what's the die you have?
So on common knowledge, it's the D4.
So you're going to roll a D4, and what you're going to need to be successful on this is an 8 or higher. So which means you're going to have to roll that 4, have it explode, and hopefully roll another 4 to be able to know who this person is. Just straight up know who they are.
Nope, I rolled a 2.
Nope, you have no idea. You're like, great, Francis, I'm glad you're here. Did you fight on the north or south, Mike? Matt?
North.
Nope, you don't get a roll. All right. But where are we on time?
You could wrap if you're feeling frisky.
All right. Well,
bring it in for a landing.
Sure. Francis here. They pull up. They walk out. I've already found a place where we can infiltrate at night and hit the French where it'll hurt them most. With any luck, this will destroy their stockpile of munitions and supplies they have. And as we all know, hunger is the most powerful weapon you can wield in a war. What say you? Will you help us turn the tide here?
Sounds good to me.
Will this get us anywhere near General Reed?
Potentially. I don't know where
Then
General
I'm
Reed
in.
is. I don't know where General Reed is currently, but I've seen my fair share of war here. And I do just want to say it is very pleasant to see women stepping up to do their part here. Not many of us.
Women.
Yeah, not many of us were able to do that in the war.
I only see one woman over there.
I just kind of look at you. I squint my eyes.
I've got one eye, so I just assume I've missed something.
So out of game, I'm going to keep adding a little trivia in here for everyone.
Ooh, I think I know where this is going.
Francis Claylan here actually pulled a Mulan type situation, and they fought for the South. Her actual name is Frances Clayton, and her father was not able to go to war, and because of that, the Confederacy was going to take their farm, but she actually went and fought in the Civil War. Okay.
Oh.
And was so successful that she ended up leading a battalion, and later they even knew she was a woman, and no one cared. She led the 95th Illinois Infantry. She also served with the 4th Missouri Artillery. and fought and was later promoted to a spy under Lieutenant Harry Buford.
Buford.
So,
The big Buford.
Oh,
again,
Buford, not
that
Buford.
was out of game fun fact trivia. Yay.
Nice.
It's fine.
But that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap it for today. Our heroes have now decided to unknowingly go with a war hero to sneak in under the cover of nightfall, assuming, and destroy some French supplies. Will they be successful? Will they die? Will Daphne remove teeth with a set of pliers?
Yes.
Find out on the next
I hope so.
episode of Some Would Play.
Spoilers. Yes, yes, and yes.
I better be
Bye.
able to.
Successful,
Bye.
dead, and pulling teeth.